And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a Wednesday. Yes. Tony's favorite day of the week. How you doing, sir?
Sir, I am doing very well. Obviously stoked to talk some Mets today, as well as some other news, around hockey, NFL, and of course the Yankees' big win as well. Mariners really blowing it down the stretch here. But nonetheless, dude, excited to be here. You said it, big Wednesday, huge day for us, gaming quarter later on. So a lot of good things coming your way.
A couple of things here. First, I have to start with the priorities. Kind of interesting. I don't know if it was just by chance, but you're saying, Mariners blowing it down the stretch. Like, was that supposed to be like a slight, or did it have or it had nothing to do with the Yankees, scoring 11 runs, having 12 hits, and pitching well, right? That had nothing to do with it, right? Or no? I'm just asking.
Well, we're saying if you look at, beyond the Yankees, I mean, the Mariners, as of late, though.
But the win had nothing. It was more about the Mariners than the Yankees just, playing really well.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
You're saying that.
I was just saying the way you said it. It didn't seem like there was much.
I mean, are they not, totally blowing it? Like, they have talented players. They should be in a wild card position, I think, for the AL.
Especially since they made that switch, they've been better. With the manager, Scott Service getting let go, and Dan Wilson taking over. But we'll get to that game, and I think they have a hope and a prayer here. 6-4 in the last 10, and then if you think about it, before last night, what would that be? 7-3. So haven't been playing too bad, but to a team like the Yankees, with the most wins in the American League, and a 4-game lead in their division. I mean, that's going to happen sometimes.
Yes, dude. No, that is right. Obviously, given the rest of the wild card situation, the Tigers playing really well, the Twins leaving the door open for what would have been the Mariners.
Can't believe it's 1.5.
I know, right? How crazy is that, dude? Detroit Tigers have been 8-2 in their last 10 games, jumping over the Mariners, this past week and a half or so. So, I mean, obviously, some games will have to be played. It is tight there when you think about that race for that last wild card spot. And even throwing the Royals in there, you never know what happens in terms of their, last few games. I don't know what their schedule looks like. But obviously, and of course, the Orioles not playing well either. Speaking of how they did in their last 10, you look at that stat, they're 3-7 in their last 10. So busted at the seams over there a little bit, dude, huh?
Yeah, not great. But you know what is great? Some of the comments we have right
now. As they typically are, Brian. We have the normal, usual suspects here in the building. Josh B, early and often with a fat let's go. Throwing some shade immediately at Matthew Ryan. I think Josh B had some nightmares last night. Says hopefully he will stop with the nonsense Mets takes. Let's fucking go, Josh B. Let's fucking go, Mets. He says Yankees, good. Which I'm sure Brian will get to in a second. Hashtag TCH Sports, hashtag DTV. And then Kev Do, of course, excited about the Mets here. Second overall comment. Let's go. What's up, guys? Baseball is getting interesting with Los Mets. Haters going to hate, he says. Absolutely, Josh B. Loving the hump day. Matthew Ryan, of course, shows up at Josh B. the Prez. The success is not sustainable, dude. Should have stuck to the rebuild plan. I mean, it's just absolute nonsense here. Josh B. knows it. The face palm. First of all, Matthew Ryan doesn't know what he's talking about. Mets are screwing themselves from a future with a real team instead of a flash of the pan team. I mean, you literally just saw one of the top prospects get called up, hit his first home run as a Met last night. What are you talking about? You're not stating facts. You're not watching games, Matthew Ryan. That's what it boils down to. Kev Do, who does watch games, says, what facts are the state and the Mets have been winning almost all year? You need to think before you spew the trash out of your mouth. Josh B getting heated. Mets still have the opportunity to do their normal end of the season flop, but right now they look good. right now, he says, dude. And you can't really deny that. And in terms of a future, I mean, you are building towards a future. You have not only is Angel up right now, but like you still have Alvarez, you still have Vientos. Vientos really having a stellar year coming into his own. I mean, the future does look pretty bright. Again, the main problem that you would have in terms of the future would be your rotation, pitching staff. And even in sense of the rotation, I mean, David Peterson having a career year, he's what, 28, 29, maybe. He's going to be around for a few more years. Same thing with McGill if he keeps this up as well. And you never know, obviously Quintana, Minaya, Severino, those guys, whatever. But still, I mean, and there's guys in the minors too that you never know if they do develop enough. Blade Tywell, we talked about Mike Vossel as well. I know guys we haven't really checked in on in a while, but I mean, I don't know what Matthew Ryan is talking about. I mean, they are in a rebuild. The fact that they're playing this well in a rebuild is kind of crazy. So, it is Matthew Ryan still throwing out there. Show me proof that you're building a good team for the future. If I was a Mets fan, I would be pissed off. Well, I mean, again, I just mentioned a bunch of young guys that are in the organization. Again, Luis Angel up now. You're like playing in here for Lindor. You never know. Drew Gilbert still in the minors as well, Matthew. So I don't know, man. It just doesn't really seem like what you're talking about. Kev Do, they have the best record in baseball since June 12th. That's a fact. And then Josh B. reiterating right now.
We might have a live call. Hold on.
Really? Who do you got?
Ben, I wasn't sure if this was on purpose or not, but you're live on the sports port.
It's a true call.
Wow,
dude.
Great to have you with us. What's going on?
I'm riled. I was just calling to first of all say,
What else is going on? I was telling Tony how you're riled to go to the Mets game on Friday.
We are going to the Mets game on Friday. People are tight. It's not Yankees, but you know what? Some people are saying the food at Citi Field can hold up its weight.
Oh, dude, the food there way better than Yankee Stadium. And you know what? You're in for some good baseball regardless. So
see that, Barn? Like, if you guys want to fight the game, we'll be there.
Yeah, what I would say, Benny, is I'll see you at Yankee Stadium for the AL Division Series. Let's definitely go to that, all right, brother?
That sounds fire. Also, I was calling about Saturday.
Yeah, riled up, getting out on the course.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so Gaynor Brennan fired up. And what would you say your target score is, Benny?
I mean, I'll target 100.
Yeah, I think all rise, number 99. Come on.
Oh, my God.
The last 2 rounds of golf I played, I got 1 par on each round. So if I either get 2 pars or a birdie, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tony knows.
My first bird.
Yeah. No, Tony knows Gaynor lends those opportunities. Definitely some of those holes there.
I'm still searching for that first bird as well, dude.
And Tony's fired up too. His first tournament we're doing together on Tuesday.
Dude, that's going to be sick.
Private course, Benny.
Private.
That's where they hit the chandelier.
Yeah, exactly.
About the 4th, I know Pooch is hitting the Big E.
So basically, you're saying we gotta get somebody else.
Dude, I love the Big E, dude.
Basically, I'm saying I've got someone else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, Chris?
You're gonna see Chris play.
I'm riled about that because I haven't played golf with him in a long, long time.
You're gonna be impressed unless he botches it, which is possible. But yeah, he's going Mets game with us, and then he's going slumber party at Short in Tampa, and then we're going Saturday, so it'll be nice.
Yeah, dude. No. Tell him I'm pumped up. I haven't played with him since the Woodsatch days, way back. So.
Woodsatch,
Woodbridge Country Club. They used to have a golf course there. Town bought it, went bankrupt.
Oh,
it's all grown over. Benny remembers.
$18 for 18 holes.
$18 for 18.
Really? Are the
holes.
Greens still there? Let's go right now.
I don't think you could see anything really, but dude, that's awesome though. I'm pumped that we got Chris for the 4th. It's gonna be a great time for sure.
Nice. Well, get back to it with the fellas. That was the whole call, just to get everybody kind of riled up. And also let you know about the sports. So.
Yeah, dope. And anytime, Benny, you want to chime in during the Football Fridays, feel free to give us a call.
I will. Am I on the air right now?
Yeah.
Come on, Barney, you're supposed to give me a heads up or something.
Did I not say that?
You did. You said live on the show.
I had a feeling, though.
But good stuff, Benny.
I'll start calling in, especially Football Friday. What do we think about the waiver wire this week? Now that we're talking about it,
it's
what was the highlight? Pickup. You got to get them. everyone's going Steele, but like, has he shown anything yet, or are we just like jumping the gun?
Yeah, honestly, I was going defense because I've been going streaming. I didn't really have to pick anybody up. Luckily, I haven't had the injuries hit me tough
Yeah,
like
me
some
neither.
other people. With the Debo injury, the McCaffrey. I drafted Jordan Mason in one of my leagues, so I lucked out there.
I picked up Lazard. He's had a couple catches.
Yeah.
The
Get you-
blind squirrel finds the acorn.
Yeah,
That's it.
If
Exactly.
you need a quarterback, Sam Darnold. Pick up Sam Darnold.
The two biggest frauds in the league, Darnold and Derek Carr. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's right, buddy. That's right.
One though that did get a couple of people excited. What youngest player in the league?
Oh, yes. Allen on the Jets.
Elon.
Yes.
Allen.
Braylon
That's right.
Allen,
The
University of
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, 20 years old, Benny.
Wow.
So
That's pretty young.
you could say he's a scat back.
Yeah, he kind of is a scat back, but people are riled about his future.
Yeah. So no, that might be big for the Jets. We'll see. But big game tomorrow night. So riled up. I feel like let's get a betting prediction on that because I know you're big on the Pats. I feel like you're thinking the upset.
I mean, I think it's gonna be like 20-17 Pats.
Wow, that would be tough.
Get him off the phone.
I think it's gonna be tight though. I think it's gonna be a good game regardless.
And I think they're calling this one missed opportunity because we just didn't plan it far enough in advance. All we had to do was go to the game, Barn.
Yeah. And last year we had the tailgate for Jets Pats at MetLife. It was a Sunday 1:00 game. But yeah, we kind of dropped the ball on that one.
It's all right. We'll do it again.
Yeah, we'll get out there for sure.
All right, fellas.
All right.
It's been real. Hopefully, I didn't interrupt the segment.
No, this
at
is
all,
great.
dude.
This is great, honestly. So
Love the call-ins.
You'll be hearing from me again next week.
All right,
Let's go.
sounds good, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Take it easy.
All
All right, later.
everyone.
That is Benny with the call.
Wow, dude.
What a surprise call.
Yeah, that was
honestly.
great, dude. Obviously called to get you riled up. You know,
Yeah.
you jacked up.
It sounds like he's pretty jacked up
Yeah,
against St. Field,
dude.
honestly.
Let's go. Hey, big game Friday. I'm still been getting fucking called in again today, dude. Trying to get the tickets for Friday and just to no avail.
I feel like what you should do is just get him last second.
Yeah, I could do that. But
'Cause I
still, it's
feel-
like the thrill of like winning them. You know,
I know, but you know what it is? I just don't have the patience for that. That's like
Yeah.
buying a lottery ticket.
it is
I raffles. I don't
complete shot in the dark.
occasionally, yes, but what's the percentage? 2%, 1%. I just don't have the patience for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm going for the thrill, dude. All right.
I
Come
feel
on,
like,
how
though, at the
sick
end
would
of
it
the
be,
day, I don't think though if you go to the game, you're not gonna be thinking about how you got the ticket. You're just gonna
No.
be proud to be there.
No,
That's
obviously.
why I'm suggesting get the last minute ticket. I guarantee you can get in the building for $20.
No,
Guarantee it.
you're probably
Last
right.
minute.
Last minute, you're probably right. But still, imagine tomorrow morning you walk in here, Barnes, I won the fucking tickets, and then you'd be like, I don't want to go. Yeah.
No, I literally can't go. So
Yeah.
not even on purpose. Not even on purpose.
Yeah.
But you gotta. I mean, this time of year, you gotta save up for the postseason tickets. So
Oh my goodness.
you're thinking about joining me and Matt, maybe you and Michael, like the four of us, Yankees division series.
Dude, talk about fucking saving up money for that, dude. Jesus.
No, like it's a guarantee we will be there. So
It is a guarantee.
so it's just a matter. But I know the Rangers around the corner. You
Yeah,
want to see what happens with
dude.
the Mets.
You never know, they could be in the divisional series themselves.
What is for you like if it is wild card series? Oh, but wait a second. So they will be on the road for that, right?
Yeah.
There was no way to unless. But I think the Phillies. Did
Well-
the Phillies win yesterday?
Yeah. Phillies, I think they won. I know Alec Boehm did not do well, but I'm pretty
So
sure
I'm
they
saying
did win.
without winning the division, they're not going to host a wild. So they would have to win the wild card series, and then they would get home games in the division series. They will not
Yes.
have any wild card series home games.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Right? If that's how that works?
Yeah.
Even if they're the second wild card, too?
Yeah, because the division
It's always
winner.
Yeah.
Or actually,
Well, the divisional winner will play the.
Oh, okay, division. No, but wait a second. So the third division winner plays the last wild card. So then the first and second play. Is that how it works? So then they'd have to get the first wild card. Is what it is, I think.
Yes.
Is
yeah,
that
you're right.
still?
Padres are, I guess, in the conversation. I guess they're 2.5 games up
Okay.
on the Mets right now.
Gotcha.
Again, in the conversation, but they're gonna have to probably lose a couple games here, to gain some ground. But we'll see. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, Brian.
I guess what I was going to ask you, though, is like, what would be your kind of like line in the sand? Mets division series. What are we talking?
For like in terms of what I could spend,
Like what you would be willing to get into that.
I mean, honestly, dude, given the circumstances, like I think the ceiling would be pretty high.
Really?
Like,
so
yeah.
are you basically like, if they get to that point, you're pretty much like planning to go?
Yeah, dude. I mean, like whatever it takes, really.
Wow.
Especially you've never been to a playoff game.
Yeah. Neither is Matt.
Really?
Yeah, because we were just talking about that this morning.
Wow, that's all. That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him. He's gonna see his first playoff game this year.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's jacked up.
That's dope, dude. So yeah, I feel like I would just ceiling is whatever it takes, dude, to get the building.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. No, you really can't beat it. I was scouting out Rangers tickets too last night. I was kind of getting riled. It seems like it's like the game. What is it? Like I think it's November 14th. They're playing. It's a Tuesday. They're playing. I think the Sabres. It seemed like that was the best like deal in terms of like tickets, but also like get like closer. The San Jose game is to. It's the 14th. So I was looking at the 12th.
Would that be the 12th? November 7th, maybe Thursday.
No, it was the 12th. It was the Jets.
Winnipeg.
I just got the opponent wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Winnipeg. I mean, I like that, dude.
Yeah.
Tickets
that's
as low as
definitely
99.
what I was looking at.
Yeah,
and there was like an opportunity to get into like the 100 section or something. So
no kidding.
Like we might have to think about that one. I was just thinking too, but I know Matt wants to go too, and I'm sure Michael would love to. So we'll have to try to sort that out. And then we could get Josh B.
Oh my God, yeah, Josh B. I think would love to go.
Earning and Kev. You forget Kev is a Raiders fan.
Yeah, that's right. I do forget. But
yeah.
That's right. He was here. Watch party hyped. That's right, dude. The Madden though. It was tough, dude.
I never think about him with the
hockey.
The Rangers at all.
I
just
know.
because I guess it's the Mets, really,
it's
and
the Mets,
occasional
Raiders.
but what do we got? We got more comments, or
we definitely have some more here. I believe it's Matthew Ryan, I suppose. Hold on, stand by. He's still like
Josh B. Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Oh, let's fucking go, Josh B. Speaking of let's fucking go, we have Lonnie in the house, the classic GM guys. Yankees and Mets both smoked the competition yesterday. So it's his 200th home run. Has a home run in every ballpark. That's right. That's a pretty sick accomplishment, I guess. And then I see Matthew Ryan's already at it. Speaking of which, what do you got?
Anything meant by the I guess?
I mean, I guess that's sick. Yeah, it's a pretty sick.
No, it's just the way you said that. You're like, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, that's like Larry. He's all right.
He's all right, dude.
So you don't think just because like
no, it's actually really cool.
Because given his age too,
it's so young. 20, yeah, dude.
Especially if there's an hour uptick here. I mean, he's gonna hit a lot of home runs.
Yeah, no, that's for sure, dude. Especially
career high, 40.
That's right. Your career high 40. There you go. Speaking of career high, Matthew Ryan on his career high. Mets fans are delusional, he says. And he at Kev Do Taylor. When the Mets suck next year, I be telling you, I told you so, not building success. And it's like, what are we even talking about? And even Kev Do says it right here, dude. Like, what the hell are we talking about next year? The Mets bit you in the ass all year as much shit you were talking. Stop it, bro, he says. And Matthew Ryan will list here. It just goes on, dude. Overrated. If they make the playoffs, they will be outclassed easily by the elite teams. They don't deserve playoff games starting 11 games under 500. Honestly, Matthew Ryan's going to be in timeout, I think, for the next about 20 minutes, I want to say. Like, I'm not going to be reading his comments. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. What are you even spewing right now?
Yeah. No, he is. But what I would say is I think there is some in between here a little bit. I think he's way over the top. I will definitely admit that. But I think because I just experienced this morning again, I'm only in the car for so long, and it's like it's just all Mets or side stories. Like I can't hear them talk about the Yankees at all. Like it is a little frustrating sometimes.
I think maybe it's just the time you catch them, because whenever I catch them, it's always football, to be honest. And
but it's not Yankees is the point that I'm making. And it's
right.
like it is ESPN New York.
But
it's
like,
not ESPN Mets.
Like at this point, Brian, like Yankees are gonna most likely win this division.
Right, but I mean, it was a great game last night. Like it's been a great run. They have actually the best record in the American League, I think, since the end of July. And is how they've obviously have the best record in the American League right now.
Right. No, I mean I get that, but I'm just saying, like from a editorial standpoint. And obviously, yes, the fact that they are Mets fans obviously takes the cake. But what time you tune at the top of the show?
No, this is, let's see, I would say from 6:45 to 7:30 roughly.
Okay, so the end of the first hour, start of
Yeah.
the second hour.
And you know what I mean? It's like I get that it's tighter with the Mets, and it's maybe they feel it's bigger for Mets fans feel like it's bigger for them just because they're not in this situation all the time. But at the same time, I think there just needs to be a perspective where us Yankee fans, we weren't in the playoffs last year. We are really excited for this postseason. So it would be good if there was just a mix of both. That's all.
You try calling in today?
No. I wish it could be like I could just text Dave and be like, listen, I'm gonna call in. Just get me on.
I don't want to be waiting. I'm impatient. What did you say you were calling for yesterday?
No, about the tailgate.
The tailgate. Okay,
yes, which I still might
do.
do.
I feel like you should try to call tomorrow, the tailgate, and be like, also, I need some more Yankee talk.
Yeah, which I know that's not going to go.
Oh, my God, dude.
And listen, Tony, I mean, I may really say anything crazy because I'm not going to deny the fact that, of course, there has to be Mets talk. Not that I want to hear it necessarily, but yes, I get that. But I just think it's like, it feels a little overwhelming where the Yankees, best record in the American League, kind of buried in terms of like the topic of conversation.
No, I mean, you're not way out of pocket here. I mean, you even hear when they do talk about the Yankees, it really is a lot more of Rick. You can tell, like, Dave is just not as interested. Yeah. But I mean, that's just the show, dude. I mean, like, you flip over to Michael Kay in the afternoon, you get the opposite.
I guess the thing is, though, I'm not flipping.
You're not,
over to
exactly.
Okay, so it's like the only radio I get.
Listen, don't get Lonnie worked up right now, all right, dude? Come on. Jay Bird in the house. Like, comment, subscribe. He says Mets looked solid last night, and he says, "What's good, Kev? We got to golf again soon?
Let's go. We're definitely gonna get a golf outing together. I would think either next month or like early November.
I'll be down.
I would think next month.
Yeah, next month, October. Come on, dude. Yeah,
that's what we did last year.
Oh yeah, October. That's right. That's right.
Let's get that.
So damn sure. Kev he says, Jay Bird, what's good, my guy? Hashtag Mexican fun. Jay Bird reiterates, I definitely go to a Mets playoff game. So keep that in mind there. Matthew Gabriel finally in the house says, let's go. He says, what up, Kev? Josh Boy. And then now everyone's getting up on Matthew Ryan because it's ridiculous, dude. Jay Bird, Matthew Ryan, go lock in some rocks or whatever you're into, dude. Ha! Matthew Gabriel, the look at yous, dude.
Look at you.
And then, wow, Jay Bird, the storyline is with the Mets, he says, dude.
I want to just take a pause here. Like, I love Jason, honestly. Like a brother, of course. But I think he a little, like, kind of like, and I get it. He's known you a while, Tony. You guys are close. So it seems like he's trying to be that little, like, defense mechanism. But, Jay, come on. How into the Mets are you really? I understand you've watched some games. I get it. But don't act like you're some diehard Mets fan either. That's all I'm going to say. All right? Let's just keep it real. All right.
Jay Bird, keep it real, dude. Josh B says they only talk Yankees when they lose.
And there we go. Like that's
not true, though. That's just not true.
It kind of is, honestly.
They literally talked about Soto when I was listening before the show.
Not only, but I'm just saying there's more emphasis on it when they do lose.
That's
not only, but emphasis.
No, of course, dude. I mean, I don't know. I think it's also just their show. I mean, obviously, like RJ and Raymond, I mean, they obviously Yankee fans go at it with Dave. So Dave is just like happy when the Yankees lose, goes at them, vice versa, sort of deal. But I mean, you're not wrong, obviously. And Josh B hyped to see Matty G. And then we're all caught up, Ryan.
Really? Skipping over that last one, huh?
I mean, I told you, Matthew Ryan's in timeout, dude.
And what I would say to that, though, is I wouldn't say no one, but not everyone. But I guess that applies for anything, right?
Yes.
So what I wanted to share, I guess you missed it. I was listening during the big Mets segment on DNR this morning, but they were mentioning the Grimace seats. What I had commented about. So at first, Dave was kind of saying like, "Oh yeah, like they like that fun, like it's kind of cool." But then Rick kind of like slammed it down and was like, yeah, I mean, I feel like they're playing good enough baseball where they don't need these like gimmicks and sideshows. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, was very like adamant against it. And then Dave's like, yeah, I guess I like don't like it doesn't completely bother me, but it is ridiculous. That's what he said. And then Rick followed it up just to get full response here, Tony. And then I know you're gonna hate this, but Rick said it. So first of all, don't get tight at me. But he goes, yeah, I mean, they have the Grimace seat. What's next? They're going to have a mayo dispenser for Hak Tua? So literally, Rick said that. He's a Mets fan.
That's kind of funny, though.
I think that's the point that I've made to you before where No reason for it. The seat is insane.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. I haven't really put too much thought into it, I suppose. They are 2-0 since that seat was unveiled. I know, dude. I'm just saying. But I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, at one point,
on the field, though. You know what I mean?
No. I totally agree. Like, obviously, but listen. First of all, they've been playing well. All right, and like we were just talking about how like the park looked pretty empty on Monday night. So,
and then
like,
did you see the attendance numbers?
I haven't looked actually.
Take a guess. Last night.
Well, I mean, you seem pretty giddy. So, I don't know. What did I say? 22-4 yesterday?
I think.
I'm going to stick to that.
A little more. 24.
Oh, there we go,
so,
dude.
Is that a season high?
No, it's not, dude. So there we go. Get some more juice. I think it was. I mean, obviously, Monday night plays a factor for sure. Yeah. But nonetheless, dude, maybe it was the grimace seat. I don't know. I don't know. I don't find it to be that bothersome when the Mets do things like this. I don't know.
I mean, I think it does speak volumes, though. I mean, Rick is a big Mets fan, and I mean, he did kind of say that it's a little much, that it's just not needed.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think too much into it, but I mean, in terms of the Mets historically, I mean, they've always had gimmicks, I guess you could say. Mr. Met, first mascot in baseball, I believe.
Yeah, well, and I feel like that's different because that's like an official mascot, but also like just with the grimace thing, like I really mean this. Like it's not. I know, yes, the perspective that I have with the Mets, but I swear to God, if that fucking thing was associated with the Yankees, I would be so pissed. I would probably flip this table, Tony. I'm not kidding. Like it just because it just seems so ridiculous, and that's what's tough for me.
I was reading up here, special connection, Mets fans.
Jay wants to know the price tag.
I don't think it's any more, like just for the seat. I don't think so, right? That'd be kind of crazy. I think it's just to get someone to sit there, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all it is.
There's no way, dude. Wow, they're comparing it to the Ted Williams seat in Fenway. That's kind of crazy.
How about they had a plaque in Texas where Aaron Judge hit the home run? Replaced it twice, not replacing it now because people kept stealing it. How the hell do you let them get away with stealing it? Like, is it an employee? Like, what? It just makes no sense.
It must be an employee, right? Yeah, like, how would any regular person get near it? Like, and they were be like, just seem to take it.
How do you not just engrave it in the wall?
Yeah, right. Like, what is it? Just sitting there, and there's like something tied down to it. Kind of crazy. I guess it's important to note though, Mets record since Grimace Day, 54-31, which is the best in Major League Baseball.
You want to say since the day, Tony, I respect it, but don't give me this shit about the grimace, okay?
All right, since June 12th, they have the best record in baseball.
Congratulations. That is fine. That's a great record. Not denying that, but nothing about the fucking grimace shit. All right. It's just not needed, and it's embarrassing. That's it. Lonnie, yet again, Barnes got me over here fucking dying with the grimace stuff because he knows, and that's it. You know what I mean? Especially now the fact that, you know, the Mets are playing well, make that the focus. And it's really, at this point, it's on the fans. Like, and you want to give me the whole Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing. Big responsibility this weekend, I think, to have that building packed. What would be your guess? Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Because it's a 3-game set, right? It's not
correct.
4?
Yeah, it's 3 games.
What
average?
Figures?
Mean?
Yes.
I say we can definitely bump that up to like 29.
I feel like it's got
30
to 35. I mean, especially nice weather this weekend, and this is like
right
now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You want to say Sunday, okay, you get it football, but Friday, Saturday should be fucking packed.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I've seen the attendance much over 30 this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, like 30, I think would be what we're looking for.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, that's embarrassment on the fans' part.
Yeah.
Weekend too, no excuse.
I know, weekend, no excuses, right?
College football not big in this area as well. You know what I mean? So that's not. It's like, oh, we're gonna go see LIU play. Like, no, you're not.
Maybe Han will go see LIU play.
LIU posted. Jeez, was there something else I was gonna say? I feel like I was, but you know what? Actually,
what about Rick and Dave?
No. Before we get into baseball, I just get these things out of the way quick. Because I saw it in the title here, Crosby extension.
Yes, dude.
What's the figures there?
It's for 2 years, and it's like what 17.4 something. It's
Okay,
so it's like each year is
8.5.
8.7 million.
Okay.
So, which again, you want to think about how great he is and how much these hockey players are starting to get paid now.
Bargain.
Absolute bargain bin.
Old,
And
but bargain.
yeah, but he obviously wants the Penguins to continue to build around him to have a competitive team, dude.
Did
So
they do anything this offseason? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think so. No.
And did they still have Michael Bunting, or he was a free agent?
I think he was a free agent. Pittsburgh Penguins. Depth chart.
Also, you somebody on the it's like Raymond or something is the last name on the Red Wings signed some 8-year extension.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking they just have Bunting, maybe. Well, Kevin Hayes is on the team. I did not know that, dude. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there was any big. I don't think they really did bring in anyone. Tang, Carlson. Ugh, Eric Carlson. What a bust, dude, huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot about how bad that was.
So I mean, yeah, I guess they brought in Kevin. I'm not sure when they brought in Kevin Hayes, but that's kind of solid. Ryan Graves.
Besides Bunting, like who did they get that was big time from Carolina for Gensel?
For big time, I think that was it, dude. That was their biggest guy.
They kind of get beat.
Was it Aho, maybe? I guess. Let's see what we got going on.
No, they didn't get Sebastian Aho. Maybe they have the other Sebastian Aho that used to be on the Islanders.
Yeah, it was Bunting, 2 draft picks.
Okay.
Which I mean is pretty solid. I don't know where those draft picks are. They're both forwards. It looks like Vasily Panamarev and Ville Kuvinin.
Oh, Lucas Raymond, 8 years, 64.6 million. Never heard of him?
Negative for
It's a big contract
Detroit.
For Detroit, yeah.
That's huge, dude. 22 years old. I guess must be some young up and coming guy. I'll look at some stats here.
31 goals, 41 assists, 72 points.
72
Not bad.
points,
Minus
dude.
12 probably had more to
Yeah,
do with
but
the
you know,
team.
Red Wings, but play 82 games, play the whole season, dude. That's great. That was I guess his second full year, 3rd year in the league with Detroit. So I guess he was surpassed his rookie contract. I guess yeah, dude.
And it's funny because it doesn't seem like a big deal to us. Oh, 80 million because we saw those contracts in the MLB, the NBA, and stuff, and NFL. But
8
that's
years?
huge. $80 million is a big contract.
Huge.
Yeah.
And it's for 8 years, right? So it's $10 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, that's
which I mean,
upper,
for hockey, it's up there, dude.
It's top 10% probably.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So it'll be interesting to see, you know, if the Red Wings finally turn around. Maybe Larkin has a great season.
Yeah, dude. Remember Husso went down early in the series. I'm pretty sure Husso, it was that weird like that scandal that took down a couple hockey players.
Oh, okay. I
think it was like a sexual harassment scandal, I think.
Gotcha.
I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure Husso was in there though.
Huh. I don't know why I didn't think that.
I'm trying to think because it wasn't Carter, or maybe it was Carter Hart. I thought Carter Hart got injured.
Yeah, definitely was Carter Hart, dude. Definitely not Husso.
Oh, I guess yeah, Husso was injured, then it was Carter Hart with the sexual harassment thing. So there we go, dude.
But yeah, and we're thinking maybe that that Ranger game on the what was it against the Jets?
The Winnipeg Jets, dude, on Tuesday night. Yeah, dude, absolutely. I mean, I think that's gonna be a good matchup. I mean, Connor Hellebuck is top goaltenders in the league here, so
dude, I'm excited. I know Matt hasn't been to a game in years too, so he was funny. We were texting before, like just how awesome this summer was, a lot of golf, Yankee games. So now it's like the fall. Dude. Obviously, there'll be a little more golf, but then the Garden in the fall-winter season.
I know, dude. We got to get there. Yeah. We're gonna be like, obviously.
I think that game should work, honestly, because that's a bet. I almost think we should plan that soon, just because I think the tickets are. I was looking at what I paid last year for the Flyers game, and I'm pretty sure it was $170 a ticket, and I know those like to get in was like $129. So I feel
not
like,
bad, dude.
I mean, especially every year prices seemingly go up. For it to be lower, I feel like that's a pretty good fucking deal.
Yeah, dude, absolutely, dude.
So
and the whole the stakeout is not. It doesn't really work.
I think it could, and I would be willing to do it because even if it doesn't work, I mean, a couple pops, shepherd's pie at Dempsey's for the game. I mean, I'm really in on that. Honestly, I like that's like obviously goal being go to the game, but as a backup, That's not bad, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, if you want that day to try and do that,
Yeah. Well, no, I'm good with just buying tickets, but I'm just saying addition.
just
But
an
I
addition,
think, yeah,
dude.
let's get just because we didn't get to go last couple
At
of years.
all, yeah, yeah.
It's one of those things, like the opening day. It's like, just did it,
dude.
You know what I mean?
Sign
So
the contract,
lingering,
dude.
yes.
Yeah.
Agreement gets called a lawyer, not a divorce. Okay. Anyway, let's go down to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
And there it went. The Yankees 11-2 last night at T-Mobile Park, Seattle, Washington. Luis Gil picking up his 14th victory of his rookie season. Definitely labored early. We'll get to that in a second. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. So control kind of that bugaboo once again, preventing him from getting deeper in the game through 91 pitches. Overall 3-1-4 is solid. Like I said, if you could just get better command, and he was bailed out in that first inning. But let's start with the Yankees here. Top of the first, get the scoring going, and Gleyber Torres had another great night, 3 for 4. The splits with him as the leadoff batter are ridiculous, considering I think before he got switched to leadoff, he was hitting like 200. So his averages went up like 50 points since then, which is like unheard of. He reaches on an infield single. Soto doubles, and in one of those like patent Soto between first and second liners into the gap there. So second and third, nobody out. Judge double. So Judge hitting one down the line. So it was nice to see, because a lot of times early in these games, the Yankees have got runners on and then not got them in, and then it leaves you with that like unsettling feeling. But they get 2 in the first here on that Judge double. Don't get anything after that. But that was all right. So that gave a Gil, a 2-0 lead. But then Gil, the control right away hits Robles. So the former Nat, gets first there. He gets Julio Rodriguez, who's had an underwhelming season, to fly out. But then he walks back-to-back Cal Raleigh and Randy Arozarena. He gets Luke Raley to follow out to third. But then with a 3-0 count, Tony, and I don't know if you saw this, a 3-0 count on Justin Turner before the pitch is delivered. So Gil nowhere near the strike zone. I mean, pretty much a given that he's going to walk Justin Turner. Victor Robles tries to steal home.
I did see that.
Gets thrown out.
Was thrown out.
And then was taken out of the game. And they were saying, I don't know if it was because of that or, getting hit by the pitch. I had never seen that before. On a 3-0 count, I think never. Like stealing home, like before a pitch is thrown out with a 3-0 count with a pitcher who's not finding the strike zone. Right. Mariners, who knows how many runs they could have scored that inning. So
literally,
that changed the whole game.
It really did, dude. And I mean, I think that too. I mean, you want to boil down to the Mariners kind of blowing it a little bit. I mean, that play, like you said, was a huge catalyst for that. I don't know what that guy was thinking, Victor Robles, that is. And like you said, taken out of the game. I would imagine it was for that. I mean, I don't know. I would imagine nobody like signed from the steal home, right? Like there's no way that was a decision by the manager.
Gil was like not facing the plate and stuff, but it's like it's a short throw. Like
right.
It was a close play, but there was no point because he was most likely going to get home for free without having to risk getting thrown out.
Like what's
point? Exactly. So that killed the Mariners. Yankees actually put 2 more across top of the second. After Rizzo and Cabrera strike out, you're thinking, oh, maybe just 1, 2, 3 inning. Verdugo singles, Gleyber singles. So Gleyber 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats. Soto walks, which he's done all year. And then Judge singles to score Gleyber and Verdugo. So 4-0 here. And the Yankees really cruised the rest of the way. And Gil, did give up a home run to Polanco there in the bottom of the second to make it 4-1. Yankees go 1, 2, 3 in the third. Bottom of the third, Gil gives up a 1-out double and walk, but then is able to get a ground out and a strikeout to end the inning. And then top of the fourth, you had 2 quick outs and strikeouts, Cabrera and Verdugo, but Gleyber, his 3rd consecutive hit, ground rule double into the corner, brings up Juan Soto, who homers to left center, 410 feet, scoring Gleyber to make it 6-1. And that was a big home run, 40th home run of the season, 200th of his career, and it sealed him homering in every current Major League ballpark. Quite the feat for someone 25 years old. So I made it 6-1. It really is unbelievable, the type of season that Juan Soto has had, and that career high in homers just keeps on climbing. Heel works around a leadoff double to Turner to get out of the fourth unscathed. In the fifth, right before I went to bed, because it was looking pretty good here. Jason Dominguez with his first home run of the season. So great to see that. He's had a couple of hits here and there. Really hasn't found his footing since being recalled from AAA. That made it 7-1. Heel, works around 1-out single to Julio Rodriguez to get through the fifth. The Yankees, score 3 more runs on an Austin Wells double. So good to see Wells double. He had struck out the previous couple of bats. So that made it 10-1. They did add, another run in the ninth with a Oswaldo Cabrera single to make it 11-2. And that was the final score. It was just one of those times where, you got to a lead, you never surrendered it. And the outcome here really wasn't in question. And it was nice too. Maeza eats up an inning. Obviously he's a mop-up guy. And then Marcus Stroman actually gives you 3 innings out of the pen, gives up 1 run, on a home run to Luke Raley. But nice, you didn't have to use any of your top guys. Orioles lose, so now you're up 4 in the East. Win tonight, no matter what else happens, you secure your playoff spot. 88 wins right now, best record in the American League. Like I mentioned to you, I think it was July 27th, best record in the American League. I think 28-18. Like I've said many times here, during a season where there's been lots of ups and downs, and after months worth of struggles and inconsistencies, it seems like they have recently really, found their footing at the right time, with only 3 series left after this one, before the postseason starts.
You absolutely said it, not too long ago, Orioles and the Yankees were really neck and neck.
Right.
And not only the Orioles kind of take a step back in terms of their play, but your Yankees stepped up, which is huge, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Exactly. So at one point, I have to say, even though the start they got out to, it was getting so bad, with just losing every series and, having like the same record as the White Sox for a stretch, not scoring, where I was like, geez, are they really like just not even going to make the playoffs? But it seems like the pieces have come together. The bullpen has been outstanding as well. Yeah, Luke Weaver, the platinum balls, just unbelievable what they've been able to do, reconfiguring that bullpen, getting Holmes out of the closer's role. And we've yet to see the best of Jason Dominguez. Nice to see him homer last night, but I'm excited. I can't wait for the playoffs, and everything holds the way it is. You would think the Yankees will end up getting that number 1 seed, that bye during the wild card series, which what you want. And then you right now I think it would be the winner of Kansas City and Baltimore. So and who knows? I think obviously things could change. The Tigers hot. But I think if it ended right now, Houston would play Minnesota.
Tigers are hot.
So potentially playoff rematch with Houston, but maybe the Tigers have something to say about that. Wow. So a lot lies ahead, but for tonight, Nestor versus Bryce Miller. So that should be a good pitching matchup.
Yeah.
Again, a 9:40 first pitch there at T-Mobile Park. But I'm excited. I'm ready to go. And I can't wait to get to Yankee Stadium for some playoff baseball, Tony. And I know you have your eyes set on playoff baseball on the other side of town too, Matthew Ryan's dismay.
That is correct, dude. I mean, how do you feel about that? The parallels between the 2 New York baseball clubs last night. Mets beating the Nationals 10-1. Same deal, scoring a lot, never looking back. Same point differential between both games. Interesting. We want to look at this game step by step here. Tyler McGill getting the nod to start. And obviously, McGill, even though he's proven himself now for probably this 3rd start, the start before this in Toronto had a very similar line. Gets the job done last night. 6 innings, 2 hits, just 1 run that was unearned, which we'll get to. 2 walks, 4 Ks, 94 pitches, efficient. And I believe those 2 walks coming in the second inning, I think earlier on. So they look a little rough, his first couple innings, but then really settled down. And knew that score 10-1. Obviously, the offense was bumping 14 hits as a team. That's what you love to see. We mentioned earlier on, too, Acuna here getting his first MLB home run. He went 3 for 4 last night, 2 ribbies with that home run. Was a triple away from the cycle last night.
And how old? 22, 23?
I think 22, yeah.
22, okay.
Yeah. So obviously, Matthew Ryan wants to talk about future. I think he's going to be a big part of it.
You need him to be.
You do need him to be. You definitely need him desperately. We get through some scoring here. The
22,
Nats,
by the way.
What's 22? Okay, cool. The Nats do score first here. Wood grounds into a fielder's choice to shortstop. Obviously, Cunha. Young ends up scoring. Abrams goes out at second. And because of that, that was the unearned run. Actually, interesting little kerfuffle by Acuna earlier on here in the third inning. What should have been a routine ground double play. Vientos to Acuna. Acuna bobbles it. Everybody's safe. So kind of tough there for McGill and Acuna, but thankfully for Angel, he has a short memory. So he gets back at it right away, but nonetheless, the 1 run does score off this play. So you're feeling a little rocky. That was, again, McGill, a couple walks to that inning, gave up a hit. So it's like, oh my gosh, dude, then the bad defensive play. It honestly did look like from the third inning that this could have been an ugly game here, especially for me too. I picked up McGill, fantasy, whatever, was nervous. But look at that. Acuna, bottom of the third, making up for the defensive error on the offensive side of things. Ropes a double to center to score Bader, makes it 1-1, just like that. Pete Alonso reaches on the infield single to first. Love to see that. That scores Acuna. Iglesias at second. Martinez at third. Alonso's at first. Bases loaded. It's now 3-1. Just like that, dude. 2-run single, and then Vientos up, hits a sac fly, RBI, scoring Marte. Marte, I don't know. I mean, obviously, maybe just older guy recognizes that he's old. Veteran player doesn't have maybe the body or the physicality to play a whole season. Maybe holding back all year for this moment in time because he's been absolutely doing really well. 4-1, just like that in the third inning. Bottom of the fourth. At this point, McGill dealing, settles down. I don't know if Hefner like talked to him a little bit, but regardless, seems so calm, cool, collected. Gets through the top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth here, Francisco Alvarez, the solo shot to left. It makes it 5-1. Everybody's hyped. Move now, bottom of the fifth here. Tyrone Taylor with the RBI double, scoring Alonso. Seems like Alonso's on base all the time. Speaking of him, bottom of the sixth here. Alonso with, I think, his 32nd home run of the year, 33rd, excuse me. And that was a 3-run blast. It makes it 9-1. And then bottom of the eighth, I mentioned it, Acuna. What a way to send off the Mets to this victory, too. Your first MLB home run. Obviously, a bright future for Acuna here with the Mets, Matthew Ryan. But 414 feet to left center, ropes it, and that makes it 10-1. That's your final score. Your bullpen pieces, Ottavino came in the seventh, give up a walk, but nonetheless gets a strikeout, gives up a hit, but flawless other than that through the inning. Brazoban, same deal, as well as Young. So, because of the heavy amount of runs that the Mets had offensively, you didn't have to use your best bullpen guys. So Ottavino, who we haven't seen in a while, angry, gets out there, gets the job done. Mentioned Brazoban and Young too. And it wasn't Danny Young. It was, who the hell is this guy? Andrew Young, I think it is. Alex Young. Again, not using your best bullpen guys, which is great because game tonight, Quintana, whatever, Nationals. Looking for the sweep. Here are the Mets. And so far, it looks pretty good. You've outscored the Nats in this first two games here, 12-2 so far. So the bats have been hot. And all without, mind you, your best player, Francisco Lindor. And I know it's the Nationals, but nonetheless, you're getting the job done in every facet of the game. Your pitching looks great. The bullpen was great so far. Your offense this game was great. First game you scored 2 runs, but hey, relied on the pitching, bullpen, great job. Defense, amazing. Especially with the the changes here. Obviously, people forget too. McNeil has been out with a hand injury. A lefty out of the starting lineup as well, but he's your everyday second baseman for the most part anyway. And he adds depth in the outfield as well. That was a huge loss that Mendoza has to kind of work around, throwing Iglesias at second, and of course now Lindor being out, calling up Acuna, getting him at short. Again, other than that kerfuffle in the third, I mean, this middle infield here just hasn't really lost a step, and the infield in general. They really haven't lost a step with the substitutions here. And I mentioned the 14 as a team. The dugout was riled for everybody, really. I mean, that Alvarez home run, love to see that. Alvarez has been great, dude. Even on the bags, just digging out plays, running hard. You love to see that. Yeah, and Acuna 3 for 4. I mean, bottom of your lineup too. That's great to have right now. Hopefully, he continues to heat up. Alonso, that home run, 5 RBIs yesterday for him, 3 for 5 on the night. I mean, he could not be heating up at a better time, and you want him to just keep that shit going, dude. And again, maybe some guys that you didn't even hear from last night. I mean, Vientos was 0 for 4 at the plate. Although he was great defensively, you want him to be operating offensively at a high volume here. And maybe he will tonight. JD Martinez, another one too, 0 for 4. He's been in a little bit of a rut. I know he was hot coming out of paternity leave for the first few games, but cold now. Bader, same deal too. Those are guys that if they, supplement with a couple hits, RBIs, who knows, maybe even a home run from JD. I mean, that's going to make the Mets lineup look even better with Alonso, dare I say, Acuna, Alvarez, firing here. You got to absolutely love that. I mentioned the third game of this set tonight. You want to be pretty hyped about that, dude. So as we have Delurtius77 coming here with some nonsense from Rumble. Regardless, though, like I was saying, dude, game 3 here, you still want the win. I know the sweeps are hard. At the end of the day, you'll be happy, I guess, taking 2 out of 3. But, Brian talking about the Philly series this weekend, you really want to dial it in. Make sure you can win every other game surrounding it. You do have the Braves after the Phillies, too. Clearly, the Braves, a team that's been struggling right now. But listen, Josh B said it earlier on in the show, too. I mean, they do. I mean, this happens every year. This is literally the Mets every year where it's September and they're in the wild card race. They're in the race of the division. They're going to make the playoffs, whatever. And it's Braves, it's September, it's a sweep. So at this point, you do want to win all these games surrounding that Brave series because you really never know, dude. But regardless, I mean, speaking of the Braves, they lost last night. You're 2 games ahead of them now. You actually jumped over the Diamondbacks, who also lost last night, too. You want to look a little bit here in the standings. For the wild card, I mentioned Braves, 2 games back now. You are technically even with the Diamondbacks, but you do have the tiebreaker against them, which is great to have. And you're just 2.5 games behind the Padres, who have been playing somewhat similar to you. We know Blake Snell last night dialed in. But Diamondbacks, obviously, Monty last night, not good for the D-backs. The Braves, Brian said yesterday, too, once Chris Sale is pitching, and nothing is certain. Even Max Fried, my fantasy team, has been certainly I guess a little bit of a lull in his starts for sure. But nonetheless, you got to be happy with that, dude. I mean, Braves have lost 3 in a row now, dropping 2 in a row to the Reds. Obviously, that last game against the Dodgers, 2 on Monday, or on Sunday, rather. Not good at all, dude. The Braves, I mean, obviously a lot of talent there, but we said it too. I mean, injuries. You have that many injuries surrounding your team, that much, big injuries, a lot of offense. Riley, we mentioned, you're gonna feel the hurt at some point, dude. I'm feeling the hurt right now for them. I feel it right now, dude. But you got to be happy as a Mets fan. And tonight is looking pretty good. You want to look at this matchup. Hers, I know I've been kind of high on hers all year, I suppose. But Quintana's been great. Where are we here? We'll look at Quintana's last few starts. Let's look at actually better yet. I forgot about Quintana. Let's look at DJ Herz's last few starts. He's 4-7 on the 7 ERA. Not great, obviously, here. 80 innings pitched here, 98 strikeouts, 30 walks. Seems a bit high, 11 home runs, keeps the ball in the park. Last couple starts have been good. Miami, 5 innings, 1 earned run, solo home run given up. Pittsburgh, 5 innings, no earned runs, both coming from dubs. But then before that, Chicago gets into some trouble, 4 2/3, 4 earned runs. Did pitch well in the end of August against the Braves when they started doing bad. 5 innings, no earned runs, 8 Ks too. That's the most strikeouts of his last 5 starts here. Gets popped against Colorado a little bit. So clearly inconsistent a little bit. And I think, DJ Hers, we've seen him a couple times now. The lefty, which again should be fine for, it's I know it's a right dominated lineup here. I think the Mets lineup should be able to get to him. Like I said, he's a young guy, 23, rookie season here out of North Carolina. The Mets have seen him a couple times now and should have enough tape on him to recognize his tendencies, maybe tips his pitches, whatever. Should be able to get to him pretty quickly, dude. So you got to be stoked about that. And again, I mean, you want to even look around the league in terms of who the Braves are playing. Schwellenbach is getting the start against Jacob Junis against the Reds here. Are the Reds playing for anything? I don't think so, dude. They are at 9.5 games back of the wild card here. Far out of the question. 4 games under 500. So obviously, Cincinnati, though, only plus 130. So Vegas has them, wait a minute. And that's probably because Jacob Junis is getting the start here for Cincinnati. I know a guy who has, I don't know, Brewers, a 32-year-old, his season, his year, his career, not phenomenal. When you look at his career ERA here, it doesn't even give you here on ESPN because they suck. But his last few starts, manageable. I know he started against the Mets, even 5 innings earned runs when he pitched against them. But he could do some damage, against the Braves. You never know. Schwellenbach has been known to be able to consistent, young guy. I'm not really sure what you're going to get from him after a really good start. His ERA, I think, for his first few starts was around a 2. It is now ballooning to a 3.7, which is still good, but recently not great play. So the Braves could be a little bit of trouble here. And the D-backs, and I'm not sure where are we? D-backs, they're not off. They put something in the Rockies. Yeah. Rodriguez, Austin Gomber. Rodriguez is not boasting a great ERA, but we know about Austin Gomber. You can take a chance on him if you want, but
Arizona will win tonight, I think.
Probably, but you never know. 3-10 game, quick turnaround.
What was it? What happened last night? Arizona lost?
Yeah, they did.
Monty popped.
But dude, I mean, it's kind of crazy because of that. I mean, we talked about it leading into this month, into the middle of August too, dude. I mean, it's a tight race all around for the NL wild card.
Yeah.
So again, we could see Braves getting it, D-backs getting dropped out, and Braves and Mets are in the wild card, which would be crazy.
Yeah.
After that run that the Diamondbacks went on. And then even still, I mean, the Padres are still not out of Dodge, Right. So we'll see what happens, dude. Exciting baseball all around the NL.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this is really an exciting time of year, crunch time. And I think we both, not to, I don't really like these type of parallels, but I think there is like a little more, it feels like it was so long ago, that we were watching playoff baseball for our teams.
Yeah.
We both didn't make it last year. So it's nice to have that.
It is dope, dude. And I'm excited.
What I must have missed it when you mentioned it, but who's on the hill tonight?
Quintana. And you want to look at his last few starts, Brian. Pretty good, dude. Against Philly, 7 innings, no earned runs. Cincinnati, 6 2/3, no earned runs. Chicago, 5 innings, 1 earned run. San Diego, 6 1/3, no earned runs. Obviously got popped against Baltimore, but that was way back on August 20th.
Any worries of shades of Baltimore tonight at Citi Field? Just because it's been a while.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I really don't. I mean, he's been really dialed in. I mean, I probably would have said that 2 starts ago.
Mm-hmm.
Shades of Baltimore. But at this point, dude, he's really been looking great. And against the Nationals lineup, I mean, come on, dude. You're definitely expecting a quality start out of him.
Yeah. Well, and really as well as the Mets have been playing, you need to keep this up all the way through because this race, as you know, is tight.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, and I kind of mentioned this yesterday, I mean, Braves, I mean, you get it because of the injuries, but the Braves are a fucking mess. Dude.
I know, dude. And I just feel like also it's just been untimely where their pitching staff is. I'm seeing Max Fried getting popped. I mean, he's been great all year long too. So I don't know if it's just fatigue or or maybe some bullpen pieces overlooked too. But like you said too, like the combination of that and feeling the injuries, dude. Not good over there, but they could still pull it out, dude. I mean, again, they're playing the Reds right now, so
Yeah.
what are the Reds playing for? Nothing.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting, but it's a 2-game. They're 2 games out, or are they 1 game out of Arizona Braves?
I guess technically there would be 2 games out of both because we're technically tied with Arizona.
Gotcha.
But just we have the tiebreaker, which is why we're in the second wild card spot. So they're 2 games out from both of us.
Yeah.
So which is kind of crazy.
And then just quickly, I wanted to mention, around the league, we talked about it. I guess was it off air about Blake Snell?
Off air. That was off air. Yeah.
I mean, 12 last night against the Birds. Kind of forecasted that one coming. And it's interesting too. I don't know if I think he would switch agents this offseason, can opt out, because he literally said, I think it was him. It was either him or Monty that said Boris just completely botched it. I want to say it was Snell, the alcohol.
I didn't know that.
Hangover.
The alcohol. Yep.
But what do you think? I mean, he's not going to be pitching in the postseason, but I mean, you think he's going to get what he didn't get last offseason, this offseason? Snell?
I don't know, dude. I mean, again, if it's because of his his agent, yeah, sure, dude. Like, I wouldn't say what he wants, because again, maybe his agent was pushing for that number. Maybe he was like, "Yo, we can do like a few million less or whatever, a few less years, whatever the circumstance was." I would imagine he's going to sign something close to that. I would imagine. And again, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still would have stood by like the Mets picking him up in the offseason. Like,
what I was just going to say, I mean, you would think he would be a target this offseason.
Yeah.
And Burns. I would think Burns' contract will be more.
Yeah, definitely.
So
how much would you pay for Snell, you think?
It's so tough. Even though like he's pitching well, but look at it. I mean, what is he? He's not even at 100 innings yet.
Yeah,
Obviously missed a lot of time. So it's like really tough to say. I mean, he's probably going to want like 7 years, over 200 million. And I don't know, because I think like he could give you a couple, but I think you're going to get burned on at least 3 years with Blake Snell.
Yeah, dude, 7 years seems like a lot.
And then the fact too, the postseason, oh wait, it's a 5-inning star. Maybe Kevin Cash wasn't crazy, Tony. So you just don't know. But it's baseball. Anything could happen. I mean, we saw the Marlins beat the Dodgers last night, so you never know what's going to happen, right?
That is correct. You can't believe that, dude. Although, who pitched for the Dodgers last night? Was it that guy
Miller popped? It was everybody on Twitter was saying like, "Oh, let's just introduce Miller to Matt Blake in the offseason, get him over to the Yankees." And
I freaking dropped Miller a while ago.
Yeah, so did I. But I do think, and I know we hang on to these things, but especially because he's young, I think he just needs a change of scenery. I think he's going to be just fine. He's got the arm.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, you wouldn't want to take a flyer on it if it didn't really cost much. I know I would.
Oh, sure, yeah, if it didn't cost,
because I don't think it's going to cost a lot.
Shouldn't.
You know what I mean? He's under team control, so it just would be a trade thing. But with those numbers, I mean, how could his value be higher?
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't at all be. Who's his agent? Boris. No, I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, wow, what a time of year for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So excited, but also I am excited for a full-on abbreviated baseball frenzy.
Right, Brian. It is the Hump Day Frenzy, Brian's favorite frenzy. Let's go, baby. You know the deal. We're just talking about Nats, Hers, Quintana, Flushing, Cohen, Hernandez, dude. This game here, Mets minus 175, looking for the sweep. They're going to get it. And Jay Hers has shown some bright spots as a pitcher, even against the Mets this year. We've seen it too. But Quintana, we mentioned the last few starts. No going back to the game against the Orioles, dude. We're going to be progressing here for sure. Quintana, I mentioned the quality start. I'm expecting out of him a little better than quality. 7 innings, 2 earned runs. Maybe Wood gets a 2-run home run, whatever, for your fantasy team. Brian, good for you. But on the rest of the lineup, Abrams included, Ungats, as Brian would say. I think the Mets' hot bats will remain here tonight. I could see Alvarez going back-to-back games, back-to-back home runs. Alonso, maybe not. Maybe a 2-for-4 night, though, with a couple RBIs. Not quite exactly what we're looking for. But, of course, Acuna, I think, will retain the way he's been hitting as well. I don't think another home run, but some big hits, some solid defense. Vientos, though, I'll say a 3-run blast in the 7th inning, solidifying the Mets win. Nats go down for the sweep. I say they score 3, Mets score 7. It's Mets in the over, Brian. Bang.
All right. So game 2 in the Northwest tonight, Tony. And I mentioned it, Bryce Miller versus Nestor Cortez. And Nestor definitely has been, up and down this season. But it feels like recently, especially that strong outing out of the pen that he had, and just in general, like his last few starts, it seems like he's really found something locked in. There's that fire under him. It is interesting, though, when you look at the splits, 5-5, 3.11 ERA at home, but 4-5, 4.81 ERA on the road. And then first half, second half, 3.67 first half, 4.42 second. But then when you dive deeper into that, when you look at the months here, really what killed him, 3.86 in April, March, 2.48 in May, 3.97 in June, but the old 6.93 in July really bloated things, returned to form last month, 2.49, and then in 3 appearances here, 2 starts in September, 4.05 ERA, so not too shabby. And I think against this Mariners team, which is inconsistent for sure, and Nestor just really, I think, wanting to establish himself as one of the Yankees starters this postseason, is going to have a strong performance here. And I think he will go toe-to-toe with Bryce Miller. I think it'll be a 2-2 game through 6. Battle of the bullpens. Yankees prevail. 5-2. Yankees and the under.
Absolutely love that one, Brian. Yankees and the under. Let's go around the league here and see what's going on. Aaron Nola. Oh, you know what, dude? Give me C. Gray and the Cards against the Pirates at home here. The Cards are at Busch Stadium. Love that. Woodford for Pittsburgh. Don't know much about him, but was keeping my eye on him because I know Sonny Gray. And I have a few Cardinals on my roster for fantasy. But Sonny Gray, 3.75 ERA, 3-9 record. You look at his past few starts, been pretty good. Cards. Another team here, the Redbirds, also going for the sweep. Just like the Mets, the Parallels are everywhere. Sonny Gray taking care of business here against San Diego, against Milwaukee, against Cincinnati. Give up only 3 runs in his past 3 starts. Love to see that. I would continue the dominance here against the Pirates. I'm going to go for it, dude. A full game shutout. Sonny Gray, Paul Goldschmidt, grand slam for his 22nd home run. I'll say in the 2nd inning, Woodford ousted after 2 innings. ERA ballooning above the 8. And I say Cards win this game. I'll say 7-0. So Cards and the under, dude.
All right. So second game here. A lot of action here on a Wednesday night, September 18th, Major League Baseball.
Wow.
Looking at this, I did have a couple ideas, but I guess for now, I am going to go with the Dodgers. I think, last night was embarrassing, but for the Marlins to win 2 in a row, I don't think so. Knack versus Weathers. And there's a lot of runs last night. I think the Dodgers will score a lot again, but I don't think the Marlins will. And I think the Dodgers easily cruise here at Lone Depot Park, 7-2. Dodgers and is it the under? Is it the under?
Dodgers in the under, 7-2, be 9.
Over.
I would think it's the over.
And it's pulling up. The ESPN just got to put it on the front. I mean, come on.
They really do, dude.
8.5, so it's the over.
So Dodgers in the over for you, dude. Great job, Brian. 3rd game here. I know, I'm kind of torn between 2 games here, but I kind of want the Braves to lose. The other game I would possibly pick was what, dude? Oh, I was going to pick the Birds, the Orioles. Dean Creamer having my fantasy team. I'm going to go with the Reds here tonight, though. Jacob Junis pitching pretty well, 4-0 on the year. Not pitching a ton of innings here, but nonetheless keeping it tight. 56 innings, 42 Ks, but keeping his ERA below 3 here, 2.73. The Braves struggling. Spencer Schwellenbach ERA solid 3.73. Record not great, 67 though. Just give up a few home runs, 13 home runs. So our stuff is there. But watch out, as Brian would say, as Ellie De La Cruz leading the team, 24 home runs. I bet he gets his 25th and 26th tonight, respectively. There, Spencer Steer, leading the team in ribbies and average, just ribbies actually. Excuse me. Maybe a 3-for-4 night with 4 RBIs. I would say that puts the Reds at 6, Braves 4, 3 games back from the Mets. Let's go, Reds, and the over for that last pick. Brian, what do you got?
Third game, final game. Bowden Francis getting his revenge in Arlington tonight, going up against Chasen Bradford here. And I just think that Francis, the heartbreak, the no-hitter against the Mets last week, that wasn't. I think he comes back with a vengeance, has been one of the best pitchers over the last couple of months in the American League. 7 scoreless at Globe Life Field. Vladdy's really picked it up as well. I think he hits 2 dingers tonight. Jays victorious here. I'm going to say 5-1. Blue Jays under, just like that. That is your baseball frenzy, Tony.
Wow, going with the Blue Jays. I like that over the Rangers.
Bowden, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Bowden Francis has been really playing well.
Yeah, dude. I'm probably not going to be starting Marcus Semien tonight. So
yeah, I mean Semien overall, another disappointing year, right? Kind of lackluster.
Yeah,
I mean, last year was definitely a lot better.
Last year way better. He's had good stretches this year. But I mean, again, I think in big spots. I mean, the Rangers really haven't had many big spots, I guess. But regardless, yeah, nothing like last year, especially now. Because he's second base. I have Altuve on my team play second base. I picked up Acuna, so let's go.
And another thing that I just wanted to mention here, kind of going under the radar, Tony.
Oh,
while we don't have a PGA Tour event this week, but we do have President's Cup next week, so 1 week from tomorrow, Montreal. We do have the BMW PGA Championship. So not the PGA Championship or the BMW Championship that's on the PGA Tour, but the BMW PGA Championship, kind of known as the flagship event on the DP World Tour, coming from Wentworth Club, Virginia Water, Surrey, England. So I've never seen a place be in 3 locations at once, if you know what I mean. But, there are some names here, so this could get interesting. You got former major champions in Danny Willett, Patrick Harrington, Tony.
Wow.
Rory McIlroy, Justin Rose as well, and Adam Scott. So Adam Scott getting in the mix here. So there's definitely, Shane Lowry, another major champion. And you got Matthew Pavone. And I'm trying to see if there's really anybody else. Francisco Molinari, another former major champ. Billy Horschel, Tommy Fleetwood.
Say Aaron Rye.
Yeah. Matthew Fitzpatrick.
McIntyre.
So this, for a DP World Tour event, pretty strong field here. I mean, I guess that's why it's the flagship event. And it's a good opportunity for these guys on the PGA Tour who really aren't going to be playing this fall to play some high-level golf here. And especially for the guys that were once on the DP World Tour, like a Harrington and McIlroy, and Adam Scott and Justin Rose. I think it must be a nice opportunity for them.
Yeah, you think I don't know. You think Rory takes that one then?
I think he's leading the race to Dubai. Is it Dubai? Yeah, Dubai. I think he's leading that currently. And I know he played well last week. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, but don't count out, he almost had his moment there at the Open. Don't count out Justin Rose. And Scott. I mean, you really think about it, down the stretch, those guys played some good golf on the PGA Tour this season.
Yeah, that's for sure. So you never know, dude. Billy Horschel, dude.
I wanted to see too, let's see, ranking schedule. So the Irish was last week. Okay. Kind of interesting though. You don't really think about it. Obviously, there's just so much golf here, but the DP World Tour, I think low key has some really strong players, some really strong courses, tournaments that don't get talked about for obvious reasons. But like last week, for instance, McIlroy, one shot back of not Nikolai, but Rasmus Hogard.
Wow.
So
Rasmus.
one-shot victory there. So yeah, I think it's interesting, and it's another option here with the PGA Tour off this week.
What's what's the deal with golfers going to like the DP World Tour?
So well, also now that the tour is merged, you basically automatically are able to just play on that tour if you're a PGA Tour member.
Okay.
And then it's just there's all these stipulations for guys that went to live. That's why Rahm isn't in the field or Lee Westwood, Tony. But so it's a good opportunity for the PGA guys, and especially while there's no merger in sight at the moment.
PGA owns DP. That's how that works.
Yeah, or it's like a partnership, something of the sorts.
Right. So I guess that's what the merger with Live is going to kind of emulate, right? That's just going to be what it is.
Yeah, but I think that would be more hand in hand. And there's some question as to if it would just be one.
Hey, your mic.
Where you're not going to have no. Oh.
Yeah. I think that XLR maybe be
the
going.
XLR, Tony,
might be going on the outs, dude. I have to replace that one.
But I think there's a question of if Liv would still be around. But it seems like anyway that we're a long ways from that. And also, we never talked about this. I think it came out last week, but Woods another back surgery.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
but
really?
Nothing about any question of not being able to play here or play there.
That's not
maybe
good at all.
The PNC father-son thing in December. Or his tournament, I guess, in January in the Bahamas could be in question. But I think obviously plenty of time till we get to those first tee shots, Tony, at Augusta National.
I mean, what do you think that's going to do, like, for his demeanor, for his level of play?
I mean, it just adds to the list, though. I mean, I don't think it. We already were in a place that, as all of us being Tiger fans here, we weren't in a good place to begin with.
No.
So just yet another thing for Tiger to potentially overcome, but I don't know if we can count on that.
So, like, are you questioning like any more appearances ever again?
No, I think he's gonna do it, but this could be the time where he like maybe goes out to Augusta and just embarrasses himself, and he's like, the hell with this. I'm just gonna be Charlie's coach, caddy, whatever.
That'd be nice to see him caddy for his son.
Yeah. So that would be a good storyline. But that's pretty much, Tony, where we are. Obviously there'll be a focus on the Thursday night football game tomorrow. Jets Pats. That was a great call in by Benny, by the way, huh? Kind of like, out of pocket, not expecting it.
Definitely out of pocket. Definitely a great call. I mean, you love the call-ins. Love interacting with the fan base, just adds to the show. And obviously, depending on the caller, but for the most part, creates good conversation.
Yeah, exactly. You're just obviously alluding to Matthew Ryan, shit talking.
No.
Yes, you were.
That wasn't singling anyone out.
It was singling you out, Matthew. Don't worry.
Oh my goodness. Actually, we haven't heard from him since he's been in timeout. I kind of feel a little bad, but
it'll be all right.
I think he'll be fine, dude.
Jeez, I feel like I was going to say something else, but nevertheless,
Fantasy baseball, not doing good.
Not doing good so far, but 3 guys pitching today. What's your score?
Okay, I think I'm up on Anthony 7-6. I think.
Oh wow, so a dogfight.
No, it is a dogfight. That's why I'm like really hyped. I picked up McGill yesterday. Have 2 more guys pitching today: Sonny Gray, Dean Creamer. I'm a little worried about, to be honest, but
yeah, I don't know about that one.
I know, dude, but
yeah, especially with just everything with the Orioles going wrong. Oh, something I just thought about: the early edition of the Sports Report tomorrow.
Oh my God, dude, good call.
7 a.m. So
7 a.m.
Kev, alarms set. Yanni as well. I know there'll be some crosstalk there with DNR, but what are you gonna do, right?
Absolutely, dude. I'm gonna change that in the calendar right now. Actually,
and also too, I do think, because you were kind of alluding to, you're not thinking it's gonna be that close. But I think the Jets need to be buttoned up tomorrow night. And like I said, I know we'll talk about it tomorrow. But I don't think you could sleepwalk through this game against the Patriots.
Sleepwalk? No, I don't think you can sleepwalk it. We'll preview tomorrow, but I still think it's gonna be like Jets handle business.
I mean, that'd be great.
I don't know about Bernie, dude.
If you think about it as well, I mean, when was the last time they handled business against the Patriots in terms of a dominant fashion? Last year was a defensive game that they won when the Patriots were the shambles of themselves. Seems like they're kind of a better team this year. Anyway.
No, yeah. I mean, I totally agree. But like Jets have Rodgers. You mentioned Hall, we talked about. Allen as well.
Lazard,
Wilson. I think
Conklin,
and I think
Allen.
just like another week of them playing together and being together, I think they're going to be better. You won't see those miscues on offense, the play clock running down, delayed games, like a timeout. I don't think you'll be seeing that, dude. And I know Patriots, I think, are one of the biggest fraudulent teams after the first 2 weeks, to be honest.
So,
dude.
I mean, let's go. Let's make our mark. But yeah, that's it for now. But we really appreciate everybody who tuned in today and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees! And we will see you.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.